You're watching KEYE TV News.
Any harm from a health perspective would occur.
That's Texas Governor Rick Perry asking about so-called pink slime, a beef product under fire nationwide right now. The governor jumped right into the national debate today.
He came to the filler's defense, insisting that the product is safe. KEYE TV's Lisa Lee Kelly is here to explain.
Well, Ron and Judy, if you've ever eaten a cheap burger, you've ingested this stuff. The government insists it's not bad for you and is setting out to prove it. Governor Rick Perry and other elected officials were given a tour of Beef Products International in Nebraska, the home of the now famous product commonly known as pink slime. Perry shunned the nationwide outcry that has vilified what the industry calls lean, finely textured beef, or FTB.
This hysteria that we're seeing is going to affect everyone to some degree.
Perry and his comrades were shown the entire FTB process, which takes trimmings from the slaughterhouse, including connective tissue, spinal, rectal, and other intestinal materials. The end result is put through the ringer and then literally washed with ammonium hydroxide to kill any E. coli or salmonella.
The fact is that ammonium hydroxide has been used in food processing since 1974.
The tour for the politicians follows a month of consumer backlash after news reports revealed FTB was being used as filler in 70% of our nation's ground beef. BPI was profiled in the documentary film Food Inc., which showed the plant used to produce 900,000 pounds a day of the meat filler. It is USDA approved, but not required on packaging labels.
This product is safe. This product contains less fat and has historically been less expensive.
But consumers aren't convinced, losing their appetites once FTB was outed, causing some stores to label their beef pink slime free. Due to low demand, 2 BPI processing plants have shut down, including one in Amarillo, putting hundreds out of work.
And in my home state, beef is a $7.5 billion a year industry. It helps a lot of hard-working Texans.
Now, possibly the biggest outcry was from parents demanding there be no pink slime on their children's lunch trays in the school cafeteria. The USDA backed down and agreed to give school districts the choice whether to utilize the filler in its lunchrooms. Reporting live, I'm Lisa Lee Kelly, KEYE TV News.
Thank you, Lisa. Many Texas supermarkets have recently announced they will no longer sell beef with the filler, including H-E-B, Whole Foods, and Randall's. A decision made today will soon give you the green light to open it up to 80 miles an hour on some local thoroughfares.
But there is a catch. Under a new Texas law, the new higher speed limits can go into effect on any road, but right now there are only plans to raise the speed on portions of 2 toll roads, State Highway 45 and State Highway 130. KEYE TV senior reporter Jason Wheeler is live along the Pay Highway tonight in Pflugerville. Jason?
Yeah, Ron and Judy, this is definitely going to make for a quicker trip up and down Toll Road 130 that you see back there in the background. Most people we talked to tonight, as you would imagine, pretty excited about the idea of being able to go a little bit faster on the roadways, but not everyone is thrilled about essentially having to pay a price to be able to push down a little bit harder on the accelerator.
A very minimal 2 highways here in Central Texas are set to get the new maximum 80-mile-an-hour speed limit, and both of those roads are tollways. One driver we talked to thinks he knows exactly why transportation managers are going down this road.
The way to increase the revenues there. I mean, I can get across town in 10 minutes going 80 miles an hour.
So you think that they're just trying to drive people to the tollways?
Oh, yeah. It's all about the money. You guys know, right?
But others have embraced the idea of riding on the pay-as-you-go pavement.
I don't mind anything about the toll road. I think they're great.
And while they won't necessarily get any more mileage for their money, they're happy to at least get more miles an hour for it. In fact, one toll road fan thinks he should be rewarded with a speed limit higher than 80 miles an hour.
130 is better.
You want more?
No, I think the toll roads are very safe. They're not that crowded, and they're made for people to get there quick.
He's not going to get that 130-mile-an-hour limit he's looking for there, but he does have a point. These are newer roads that have been approved for this new 80-mile-an-hour limit. In fact, TxDOT tells us that these roads were specifically designed with higher speed limits in mind. We're live in Pflugerville tonight. Jason Wheeler, KEYE News.
A word of warning, though, the new higher speed limits don't become official until the road signs with the new numbers are erected. We're told that will happen sometime next month. The comments about changing speed limits came pouring in on Facebook. Clint said, "It's a nice idea. I take the toll roads home from school from Belton to Dripping Springs. Cuts time in half, all for it." And Tracy wrote, "That's stupid. Whatever happened to 55 keep you alive?" You can join the conversation on our Facebook page, facebook.com/KITV.
Hope you like the sunshine. More's on the way tomorrow. Let's turn now to KITV Chief Meteorologist Tori Kimball. So the rain chances have really dropped.
They've simply gone away about as quickly as the rain chances appeared that they were unpredicted yesterday across the area. Tonight, though, pretty quiet across central Texas. Chance of a storm tomorrow is pretty minimal, but I want to show you Viper, folks. The people in the valley are getting it tonight. Late information from around McAllen. Winds of 65 miles an hour at Miller Airport down there, and reports of hail almost 2 inches in diameter. Breaking windows at last check in the McAllen area. This is an area of storms up to around Laredo that's produced 1-inch hail there as well. Take a look at the satellite picture. You can see some clouds, high-level clouds of some of this stuff, not a lot of precipitation. And the next disturbance is likely to stay south of us as well. That's why I think the best rain chances will be to the south and rather minimal here locally. These are 10 o'clock temperatures. 69 in Dallas, 70 College Station, 71 San Antonio, at San Angelo 75. First thing in the morning, a cloudy sky. Outside chance of a sprinkle, temperatures mid-60s, and a southerly wind 5 to 10. How does it look for Friday afternoon? A little more sunshine. What about your weekend? We'll talk about it.
Thank you, Troy. The milder weather and rain this winter and spring means we should all get ready for a summer with more bugs. Pest control experts say there will be more fire ants and termites, especially this summer. That's a big change from last year when it was colder in the winter and too dry for a lot of insects to thrive.
Mild temperatures in the wintertime coupled with rains at the end of winter into the beginning of spring makes for lots of grass, lots of forage, increased chance of insects coming into the environment because there's just more insects out there.
The pros say you can keep pests out by sealing up areas around your doors, windows, and holes in the exterior walls of your home. Also, keep your lawn short and your trees trimmed back away from the house.
A police officer is accused of drunk driving. Deputies in Guadalupe County arrested and booked Officer Jacob Cuevas on a DWI charge today. They released him on $10,000 bond. According to the arrest record, Cuevas works for the Mustang Ridge Police Department. Michael Morton shared his story on the University of Texas campus today in hopes that others are not wrongly convicted. The Austin man spent 25 years in prison for his wife's murder, but DNA evidence revealed last year exonerated him. Today he joined fellow exoneree John Thompson at a UT symposium that focused on holding prosecutors accountable for misconduct. Some evidence in the Morton case that could have helped clear his name was never turned over to his lawyers.
The public aware and to put pressure on our legislators, and in my case, hopefully the state bar, to make changes so that what happened to me won't happen to somebody else.
Research shows from 2004 to 2008 in Texas, out of 91 trial convictions for violent felonies, 19 were reversed or reviewed because of misconduct.
Tomorrow, Austin Mayor Lee Leffingwell will talk about how the city's doing. He's giving his third State of the City address. That's at noon inside council chambers at City Hall. We will be live streaming the speech. Just go to weareaustin.com and click on the big blue eye. Expect major traffic delays around UT and downtown starting tomorrow and throughout the weekend because of the Texas Relays. The first running event started this afternoon. Today was mostly a warm-up for the weekend's big events. Austin Police released this map showing possible lane closures downtown for all the after parties Friday and Saturday. From 6 in the evening until 4 in the morning Friday and Saturday, police have the option of shutting down some I-35 exit ramps as well as 6th Street and surrounding roads. He is certainly one of the greatest football players to ever take the field at Texas.
And while he says he's retired from the NFL, is he really? KITV Sports sat down with the running back one-on-one. Here's Sports Director Bob Ballou. Bob?
Ron, Longhorn legend Ricky Williams retired from the NFL more than a month ago after one of the more unique, unparalleled careers on and off the field. This Sunday, UT will honor Williams as they unveil a statue in his honor prior to the spring game. Williams seems very comfortable with his decision to leave the game of football. That is, unless his phone rings and it's one NFL team in particular calling.
It would have to be the perfect situation. I mean, if San Diego called, then yeah, I'd go back today, but I can't see any other scenarios that would really excite me like that. I got at least 5 years left in the tank, and that's what makes it easy. And I was just ready to start the next part of my life. I mean, I loved football, but it's been an awesome ride, and I'm just ready to go explore, you know, what else I can do.
All right, so it's all on San Diego to get Ricky to unretire. If they don't, though, that's okay. He has a big plan ahead. Anyway, Williams explains what he has in mind for his future. That's coming up later in sports.
Looks like he's feeling good.
He is.
Thanks. Some consider it a hot-button political issue. Should federal subsidies be going to electric car companies?
Next, the company accused of taking millions of your tax dollars while under an insider trading investigation.
Plus, gasoline's about to reach a new milestone in Austin. Where to go to find the best prices in town?
Judy, it's about 11 after the hour of 10 o'clock on this Thursday night. You like a little sunshine today? How about a little bit more tomorrow? Still a thunderstorm chance, though. We'll talk about that in your forecast just ahead.
And there's something new at the state capitol. We'll show you the monument 500 years in the making.
New information is adding spark to the political debate over electric cars.
At issue should our tax money be going to federal subsidies for the electric car industry. One of the largest makers of chargers for electric cars is now under investigation for insider trading. The U.S. Department of Energy loaned Ecotality millions of dollars, even after the Securities and Exchange Commission started looking into the California-based company. KITV's Mileka Lincoln reports.
Ecotality promised to deliver 14,000 electric car charging stations. CEO Jonathan Reed told CNN in 2009 his company would create hundreds of them, but less than half were built.
With this particular project, we're looking at 750 jobs. This is an all-American project, all about jobs.
At that time, Ecotality received $130 million from the U.S. Department of Energy. Now the company's under investigation by the Securities and Exchange Commission for insider trading. But according to the Heritage Foundation, the SEC investigation started at the same time the feds were giving more money to Ecotality, a move now under question.
That's exactly what we want to find out.
Representative Andy Harris is the Republican chairman of the House Science Subcommittee on Energy and Environment. He's demanding answers from Energy Secretary Stephen Chu.
I'm not sure how one part of the government's not talking to the other part.
Ecotality issued a statement saying, quote, "It is unfortunate that electric vehicles have become a political football in this election season." The electric car industry has suffered from a string of recent setbacks. For example, General Motors temporarily pulled the plug on the Chevy Volt because of sluggish sales.
And we're the tail of the dog in this one. This isn't Field of Dreams.
Supporters of electric cars are fighting back. They say a string of political attacks are hurting electric car sales. Mileka Lincoln, KITV News.
This month, General Motors opened an unprecedented campaign to reintroduce the Volt in California, even as it temporarily halted production because of slow sales.
Well, for those of you not driving electric cars, we are on the gas watch tonight. Gas prices in Texas are getting closer to that $4 a gallon mark. We've been watching the signs at the same gas station in North Austin every day for the past few weeks, and you can see it's now up to $3.75 and $3.79. The statewide average is $3.82, national average $3.92 for the lowest gas prices in Austin. Check weareaustin.com, click on news, and then Gas Watch. Chances for rain are dropping. Here's KITV Chief Meteorologist Troy Kimmel. Sounds like we're going to have a sunny Friday, Troy.
I think quite a bit of sunshine across the area, Judy, but we cannot discard completely the chance of a thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon, especially we get the daytime heating with this moisture in place across the area. I think at least a chance of thunderstorms, but as Judy said, it's not a very good chance. We begin tonight with X-Vision radar across central Texas and for a large portion of Texas, for that matter, central and south Texas. There isn't a whole lot going on around here. There have been a couple of showers showers that tried to develop just after sunset down to the southeast of us. But the big weather story has been over deep South Texas, where they just have gotten it, especially around McAllen. This is down in parts of Hidalgo County, down in far South Texas. Latest reports just the last few minutes indicates hail, get this, about 4 miles west of the airport at McAllen. Hail is 6 inches deep on the ground. It's quarter-size hail. Windows reported broken over a large portion of the city due to this wind-blown hail. And again, at Miller Airport down there at McAllen, wind gusts to 64 miles an hour as those thunderstorms were moving in. So what about here? Well, our computer model, our microcast model, remember these models aren't perfect. They're just another tool in our meteorological toolkit. But nevertheless, I kind of agree with what the model's saying here, which we go toward morning, not a whole lot. We go through the morning tomorrow morning, not a whole lot. We go into tomorrow afternoon, 1 or 2 showers tend to pop up to the southeast, but not a whole lot. And tomorrow night and on into early Saturday morning, friends, it's about the same. I think if anyone sees any rain, you better consider yourself lucky in the overall scheme of things. Here's our weather headlines for tonight. Again, changing weather pattern. We didn't expect any rain with the first disturbance. We got it. We expected rain with the second and third disturbance from the west, and we haven't gotten it. Less of a chance of rain and warmer than average temperatures. Just wait till you see that forecast in just a second. 69 for our friends up in Milam County, up at Thorndale this hour. It's 70 at Georgetown, 71 at Burnett, 70 degrees right now out in the Llano area. Metro temperatures at 10 o'clock include Executive Airport on the toll road northeast of town. It's 70, Round Rock 72, Rollingwood at 73, Tower Cam view of the capital city tonight. A little bit of a south wind across the area, but we'll call it partly cloudy out there. And at 10 o'clock out at Austin Bergstrom International Airport, it is currently 72. 72 at Camp Mabry. Can't drop very much tonight with dew points in the upper 60s. High temperatures today. Got a little sun, so we did manage the lower 80s, about 81 for an afternoon high. And rainfall, it occurred, but it was not measurable. Only a trace of rainfall recorded. We go to the water vapor image to see these disturbances. The first one over in East Texas now. The second one passed south of Houston earlier today. There's a third one passing, but again, its effect mainly to the south. That takes not only the rain showers and thunderstorms to the south, but as it passes to the south over South Texas, it robs us of getting additional moisture from the Gulf. So our rain chances look very, very slim, even though there are a lot of high-level clouds around and will be tonight. I do expect a fair amount of sunshine tomorrow into the weekend. Folks, it looks like we're going to see temperatures really warm up over the weekend as well. These are current temperatures across the area. Rain cooled, of course, in the valley. Overnight tonight, 64, partly to mostly cloudy. And you know what? We'll start out with some morning low clouds. Some sun, maybe an afternoon thunderstorm, only a 20% chance, 82. And tomorrow night, low of 65, a slim chance as well. Once we get into the weekend, friends, I just don't see much there. We're looking at highs in the mid-80s, 85, 86, about 10 degrees above average. A cold front, Judy, comes in late Sunday night, early Monday morning. Temperatures begin to cool a little bit, but again, Judy, not much of a chance of rain with it either, only about a 20% chance.
We hope we get some more rain because we're still well below average.
We still need rainfall. We will take it any way we can get it.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you, Troy.
The Battle of the Alamo in 1836 was a pivotal event in Texas history. But historians say that colonial Texas goes back another 300 years. And it was the contributions of those early settlers that were celebrated today at the state capitol.
Unveil the vaquero.
More than 10 years in the making, the Tejano Monument is officially unveiled. It's the first time on the Capitol grounds that a monument honors the contributions made to Texas by Spanish and Mexican settlers.
The monument beautifully portrays the spirit and determination of these men, women, and families we now call Tejanos.
After funding was approved by the legislature, the monument was designed, and then the bronze statues were sculpted by Armando Hinojosa of Laredo.
If anything's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Let me just say to Armando Hinojosa, you did it right, sir. You did it right.
I'm just happy that the people of Texas will know the real history of Texas, how we got here, and I'm very proud of it. I've always been proud of it, but now I'm more proud of it because I left something behind that they can really enjoy for the rest of their lives and for the future generations.
Governor Perry and others stated the monument will serve as a permanent testimony of the Spanish-Mexican heritage that influenced and shaped the history of Texas.
For me, the most important thing is that our children and grandchildren will be able to appreciate how it feels to be a Tejano.
Anytime that school children come and they see that monument, they'll know that
that the state of Texas has a much longer history than what we've been taught in the past, and that the Tejanos played a great role in the history of the state of Texas.
A parade to commemorate the Tejano Monument will be held Saturday morning at 9 at Congress in Cesar Chavez. And tomorrow, an all-day conference on Tejano history covering numerous topics will be held at the state capitol. It's free to the public and starts at 9 in the morning.
A major electronics store is about to make a big change.
Best Buy is closing 50 stores and opening 100 more.
The fans, the university took me in, supported me, and I was able to accomplish a lot.
Former Longhorn star Ricky Williams reflects on his legacy at UT, heading into a really cool weekend for him. That's coming up in sports.
This is KEYE Sports with Bob Ballou.
In a ceremony prior to Sunday's orange and white game, UT will commemorate Ricky Williams' career with a permanent tribute to the '98 Heisman Trophy winner. But as KEYE Sports' Adam Winkler reports, Ricky's playing days may be done, but his run is far from over.
A high school standout from San Diego, Ricky Williams set his sights on big things.
I realized that everything in Texas is bigger, and I just wanted to be a part of it.
And here in Texas, where football is a religion, Williams and the Longhorns were a match made in heaven.
When God made, decided to make a running back and made Ricky Williams.
Modeling dreadlocks rather than a halo, for 4 years Williams was worshipped by Texas fans. And Sunday, the 1998 Heisman Trophy winner will have his UT legacy set in stone. Well, bronze actually, as Ricky becomes just the second Longhorn to have his statue unveiled at Royal Texas Memorial Stadium.
To be a part of celebrating Texas football, it's pretty awesome.
It's who we are. It's our Mount Rushmore of Texas football, and he's earned every bit of it.
A worthy honor for a player who helped the Longhorns get back on the road to glory, and sometimes helped steer his redshirt freshman quarterback in the right direction.
In the Cotton Bowl, and I don't know how I heard it, but all of a sudden you hear, "Hey!" and that high-pitched voice, "Hey!" And I turn back, and Ricky's like, "Oh, gotcha."
Ricky's career has changed directions now that he's retired from the NFL, despite telling us he's got 5 more years left in the tank. Williams, a guy who always did it his way, retired on his terms, ensuring he's in a position to establish another legacy off the field through the Ricky Williams Foundation.
I think one of the biggest things that happen to athletes is that they stay in football so long, by the time they leave, they're so beat up physically, emotionally, mentally, that it's difficult for them to be creative in other areas of their life.
You realize that football is big in his life, but there's other things that are more important and more lasting than football.
So this weekend, when his Longhorns legacy is officially cemented, in his eyes, Ricky will just be breaking ground on his impact in Austin.
I think I'm going to be even more of an inspiration. I have being a football player and a good football player on my resume, and now I get to be a good person and really go around the world and really spreading it.
Ricky was right. Everything is bigger in Texas. At DKR, Adam Winkler, KEYE Sports.
He has come a long way, hasn't he? Ryan Tannehill's stock exploded again today. Scouts believe the Texas A&M quarterback's performance at his pro day will guarantee him a top 10 spot in the draft. Cleveland, Miami, and Seattle are all watching him closely. By the way, the Dolphins did hire Mike Sherman as their offensive coordinator this offseason. Last year, the NBA Finals, the Mavs beat the Heat, and they have the banner to prove it. This is a regular season game. LeBron James leads the way. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. He can play some flashy basketball, too. Heat 106, Mavs 85, LeBron. Still no banners. When I smile, it's crooked, and when I talk loud, the hollowness in my hearing is weird, but it's not going to keep me from hollering. Those are the words of Baylor women's head basketball coach Kim Mulkey after a diagnosis of Bell's palsy, a form of facial paralysis that she says won't affect her this weekend. Baylor takes on Stanford Sunday night in the Final Four at 7:30. Troy's 7 Day is next.
That was good. Looks like a nice sunny weekend.
Yeah, I think we end up, and temperatures up there about 85 or 86 over the weekend. That is about 10 degrees above what it should be. The chance of rain tomorrow, going to watch this closely. If it pops up and you get rain where you are, just consider yourself lucky. We're looking for a high tomorrow, about 82, but plenty of sun in the afternoon, I think, and the same over the weekend. Cold front due early Monday, some cooler temperatures close to average once we get into next week.
Next on The Late Show with David Letterman, Tracy Morgan.
Thanks so much for watching. Good night.